Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. How are you, children? Hope you all are good, inshallah. This is our social studies class, and today we will continue our lesson number 2, land and water. Hope you all remember that what we have studied in the previous lecture, that the surface of the earth is made up of land and water, as you can see in this picture. And inshallah, remember all this, that seas and ocean make up almost 2/3 of the earth's surface. Water is more than the land in our earth. 70% of water and 30% of land. And I told you, we have 7 continents. The land area is divided into 7 continents, and the watery area is divided into 5 oceans and many seas. Then we see that what is the coast? The land near the sea is called the coast, and it is usually very low. It is at the same level at the sea. Then we see, like here you are all are seeing what we have learned about the mountains. There are very high and steep mountains. The highest mountain is the Mount Everest, which is in Nepal, and the second highest peak of the mountain is K2, which is in Pakistan. Now then we learn about the difference between the oceans and the seas, that the larger area of water is ocean and smaller area is called seas. Then water in the seas always, or in the ocean always moves about. There are waves, and these waves are called currents. Then we saw that the deepest point in the ocean is the Mariana Trench. Then we move towards the difference between the hills and mountains. As you can see, mountains are so high, so hills are not that much high, and you can easily climb the hills. It's the difference between the mountains and the hills, that mountains are higher than the hills. Then between two hills or mountains, the area is called valley. The area between two hills or mountains, this is called valley. Now we will move forward and see what we have more interesting thing in this chapter. We have to start from this after the valley. Now what they are saying, a high area of land is called a plateau. Just like in this picture, it's all chapter is about the surface of the earth, and you can understand by the different pictures which I am showing you. Look, they are saying a high area of land. This is plateau, just like this. It is not the hill or not the mountain. It's a elevated land, or you can say the lifted up land, which is called plateau, this area. Or you can say that the flat topped hill. This is plateau. Then the opposite of plateau is flat lands at lower levels are called plains. Understand? These are plains, look, where there are no hills, no mountains. It covers the vast area at the same level. This is called plains. Understand? Plateau is the opposite of plains. Plateau is the highland. Look like here. High area of land is plateau, and flat land at the lower level, this is called plains. Okay, then some parts of the land have very little water. These places are often sandy and rocky and are called deserts. These are deserts where there are very little water and a very little rainfall. These are called desert, as you can see in the picture. In the world, in each and every continent, there are deserts except in Europe. In Europe, there are no deserts. In Africa, we have Sahara deserts. It's a very large desert. And also in Saudi Arabia, the desert is Rabu al Khali. It's the desert of Saudi Arabia. Whenever you travel to Medina al Munawwara or to Riyadh, or even when you travel to Jeddah, you see in the way on traveling, you see there are places like this. This is called desert. And you might see the camels also there, and you enjoyed it. These are called desert where there is little water and little rainfall, and these areas are often sandy and rocky, just like this. They are called desert. In Pakistan also we have Thar Desert, which covers the area of Sindh, Balochistan, and also some parts of Punjab. The Thar Desert. In Saudi Arabia, Rabu al Khali. Okay, let's move further. In some parts of the earth, there is a lot of ice and snow, and it is very cold. Look like this. There are the high mountains, and this all area is covered by the snow and the ice, and obviously it is very cold. These areas in Pakistan, also the northern areas where there is a K2, the mountain peak K2, these areas hold the air, they are covered by snow and hold the air, they are very cold throughout the air. These areas are very cold. Then other than these, very high mountains are often covered by snow, as I told you. In other parts, there are thick forests like this. In different parts of the world, we have thick forests like this, where there are so many trees and there are wild animals inside these forests like lion, tigers, cheetahs, elephants. And forests play a very important role in the economy of each country. The forests are very important because we get wood from these areas, and the wild animals live here. And when where there are forests, the weather is very pleasant there. So forests are very important. Okay. An area of land surrounded by water on all sides is called an island. This is the word island. An area of land, just see in this picture, surrounded by water. All sides there is water, is called an island. This area is called island, where there in all sides there is a water, and this part is island. There are so many islands in, I think, in Western Asia, in Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia. There are so many islands in these areas. A body of water surrounded by land. Now look the difference. An area of land surrounded by water. Now what they are saying, a body of water surrounded by land on all sides is called a lake, opposite of island. What is island? Area of land surrounded by water from all sides is island, and a body of water. Look, it's a water in the center, surrounded by land from all sides. What it is called? It is called a lake. The opposite of island is lake. Island, area of land surrounded by water, and lake is the body of water surrounded by land. These are the lakes, picture of lakes. This is island, look the difference. All around there is water. At the center, there is a piece of land. But here, at the center, there is water, and all around there is land. This is the difference between island and the lake. They are very important. Lakes are very important. Why? Look, we get fresh water from lakes and rivers. What are rivers? Rivers begin in the mountains and flow down into lakes or the sea. They begins from the mountain. How? Because on the peaks of the mountains there is snow, and when this snow melts, the water falling down, coming down in the form of river. Like this water is coming from these mountains. Look here, this is called river, which flow from mountain towards the lower areas and then fell into the sea or lakes. And this water is fresh water. It's very healthy. But what is our duty? Let's read. Okay, we get fresh water from lakes and rivers. Rivers begin in the mountains and flow down into lakes or the sea. It is important to keep our lakes. Now it is our duty to keep our lakes and rivers clean. We should not throw litters, or we should not throw garbages, any waste materials into the river and lakes, because polluted means dirty water causes animal and plant life in it to become diseased and die out. If the water becomes dirty and damaged, then it is very harmful for the life of plants and also the animals, and also for the human beings who are drinking this water. This water is used for the drinking purpose. Animals drink this water, and these waters also go to the plants, to our crops. So that's why water should be clean. Polluted, dirty water causes animal and plant life in it to become diseased and die out. Means it's very harmful. This upsets the cycle of nature and causes more problems. When plants die out, when animals die out, then it will disturb the whole cycle of the life. Now on the next page we have, there are many other landforms on the earth which you will learn about later. The picture below shows you some of the landforms and their names. Children, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's very interesting about the different landforms of our earth, how it looks like, how many different types of landforms we have in this world, and who created all these different type of things and these beautiful, worth watching mountains, lakes, rivers. Obviously, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all these things for us. So we should be grateful to Allah. Okay, children? Always try to say Alhamdulillah, and whenever you find these beautiful things, you see these types of things which you enjoy, then say Subhanallah. Look like it's a short explanation of different types of landforms. Just see, look, here are the mountains. Now, inshallah, you all well understood about these landforms. High tops, they are mountains. Then from the mountains, we have waterfalls coming out from the mountains and going into the sea. Then what this water, flowing water is called, this is called river, which is going to the sea. Then the elevated land or the lifted up land, remember what is this? This is plateau. Little higher flat topped land from the lower land, from the plains, this is plateau, and the plain area is called plains. This is the water surrounded by land from all sides, it is lake. This is cliff. Cliff is also, you can say, like the plateau. It's a elevated land, lifted up land. This is called cliff. Then here what we have, the beach. The corner of the land area near the sea is called beach, or you can say like this, look, coast. What is this area of land surrounded by water? It is island. Okay, and these are round topped hill. It's easy to climb. The difference between, look, mountains and hills. Mountains are high and steep, but the hills are like this. And between two hills, there is a valley. That's it. We have completed our lesson number 2, Alhamdulillah. Now we will see the question answers. Now it's your duty now to do the question answers in your notebooks. After understanding all this, you have to write the question answer. Okay, gear up and let's go. Yes. Here are the question answers. See question number 1. What is the difference between a sea and an ocean? It's very easy for you now because you understood all things very well. What is the difference between a sea and an ocean? Large area of water on the earth is called ocean, and the smaller area is called the sea. Remember, ocean and sea, the difference. Large area of water is called ocean and a smaller area is called the sea. What is a sandy place? By this word sandy place, the word click in your mind. Without much water, what it is? A sandy place without much water is called desert. Where would you find a valley? As I told you just a minute before, what is a valley? We would find it between the hills or mountains. It is a low land between them. Them means between mountains or between hills. It's a valley. Does the water in the sea remain still? Do you think this? No, because we have read it that water in the sea always moves about. No, it does not remain still. It always moves about. Question number 5. What happens when there is a storm at sea? The wind causes high and rough waves in the sea, and this is called storm. When the wind causes high and rough waves in the sea, then there is a storm at sea. Okay, children, these are the question answers. This is your classwork. Complete your notebooks in a neat and clean writing. Good. Now we have the work page, page number 7 of your book. You have to do it in your books. There are fill in the blanks. A dash is a high flat land. What is a high flat land? High flat land. It's a plateau. Write this on the first blank and learn the spelling as well. The area where the land meets the sea. At the same level, the land area meets the sea. Just think and remember. At the same level is called the, yes, it is coast. Water surrounded on all sides by land. Water at the center, surrounded all sides by land, is called a lake. A small area of land surrounded by water is called an island. Yes, good. Now, after these fill in the blanks, we have true or false. A plain is low flat land. Plateau is a high flat land, and plain is a low flat land. So it's a true sentence. Dirty water damages plant and animal life. Yes, true. That's why we should not make the water dirty. It damages the plant and animal life. Rivers flow from the sea to the land. Rivers flow from where? Just think, they start flowing from the mountains. Here it is written from the sea. No, rivers flow from the mountains. So if there is from the sea is written in the sentence, then it means it is wrong. It's a false sentence. Mountains are higher than hills. Yes, of course, mountains are higher, so it's a true sentence. Low land between the mountain. Just hurry up, think. Low land between the mountains or hills is a valley, right? Then what is written here? Low land between the mountains is called a bay. No, it's a valley. So if there is written bay, it means it's a false sentence. Bay means just like a beach, just near the sea. So it's a false sentence. Low land between the mountains is called a valley. Complete your books and try to learn it also. Okay, children? That's all for today. Inshallah, see you in the next lecture. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.